Hi guys, welcome to the Zoom Phone Yealink T44 device training. So getting started, I'm going to go through all the buttons and what they do. So first and foremost, we're going to look here at my model phone. I do have what are called programmable keys on either side of the display here, and you'll notice that there is a 1, 2, and 3 over here on the bottom. Now, if you were to push this key right here, this will take you between pages 1, 2, and 3 if you have those of your different, keys on your phone. So for example, on my first page here, I've got a button for a voicemail. I've got a button to call someone in support. I've got a button that's, a speed dial for ServiceMark. I've got some park keys. So those are just programmed functions onto my phone. Things you might see would be for example, a coworker key or something like that. If you don't see what you're looking for and you do have multiple pages of keys like I do, you guys can press this button right here to go to page 2 or 3 as needed. At the very top, there's a light that can light up when you have a voicemail. So if you do have voicemail to email, you may just check it there. If you don't have this light up, it's because it goes to your email. If you do, then you can just press the message key. We'll be talking more about that later. You guys do have, a lot of you guys will have park keys. Parks are just holds you guys can pick up anywhere. If that's something you guys are utilizing, it's just basically a universal hold that anybody can pick up. So you guys can see on my phone, I've got a Park 801 button. That's just an example of a spot that someone could be waiting in. I'll go more into Park a little bit later. You also may have buttons for coworkers or groups, just depending on your phone design. So on my phone, for example, I've got a button for a support person. If they are on the phone, it would be lit red. Here, they're in green. It just means they're not on a call, and I could push that to call them. Your extension key is the very first one at the top. So you'll notice when I'm on an outside call, I've got that lit up green, and here I am talking to an outside party. Now let's talk about parking. If you guys are utilizing parking within your organization, park is a hold you guys can pick up anywhere. So what you would do is here, if I'm on the phone with this customer and I want to park them for someone else, which just means that, they're going to hear hold music and then they'll light up a key on all the phones. I can press this park key right here, or if I have a button labeled Park 801, for example, I could push the green button for that and just put them there. So if you push the green button for like Park 801, it will just put them there. If you push the Park button here, it works like a valet and it'll put in the first available spot and tell you where that is. So if I press the Park key, it will then tell me, hey, your call is parked on star 801. So again, Park 801 would light up red where that call is parked. And then I could call my coworker and say, hey, you got to call in Park 801. Now it says star 801 because technically they could go to any phone, lift it, and dial star 801 to pick up that park. But that's why they say that. But you could just push the button if you have a button that says Park 801, and then you'll be able to pick it on the mobile apps as well if you had those as well. And then, yeah, if I press park, it's going to go in that spot. It's going to light that up red, and I can tell my coworker so they can push the button. Just make sure you inform the recipient of the call. And of course, if you are the person picking up that park call, you're just going to press the red lit park key to pick it up, or you can dial star 801, for example, wherever they're parked at. Soft keys. So these are just menu keys that change based on what you're doing, kind of like a smartphone. You got history, directory, do not disturb, and menu when you're not on a call. If you are on a call, you'll have things like transfer, hold, and conferences options. So let's go into pressing the call history. If you push that, that's going to show your call history. You can use a little navigational pad that's cut off in the picture, but it's down here to sort through a number. If you want to call it back, you just press send. This is directory. If you want to store contacts in here into your phone, I did put instructions there. Do not disturb would put your phone in do not disturb. You could just push that button to turn it on and off. And then menu has some various settings like ringtone. If you go to basic, that's where you can find ringtone. You can find like a background changing, things like that. That'll be under the menu and basic. Other keys you guys have, you got mute over here on the side. You've got a headset key. So if you have a headset paired with your phone, you can use that to answer and hang up. This is that voicemail key for checking your personal voicemail. This is redial. That is speakerphone. This is the navigational pad I mentioned. So if you were in menu and you wanted to navigate to basic, there's enter and cancel. And then finally, that's your volume up and down. Live call features. Making receiving phone calls to place an outside call. So you're going to press speaker or lift your handset and dial, and it's going to be area code and phone number. So it'll be 10-digit dialing. So just like dialing from your cell phone, there's not an access code to get out. It's just area code and phone number. If you do just dial the number before you lift your handset or press speaker, you can press a call key, which will appear here to call out. If you answer an outside call, you can just press answer. You can lift your handset or press speaker. You will see the caller ID here. You can obviously silence or reject it as well if need to. Holding and parking calls. So to place a call on hold. So if you ever want to put a call on hold, you're just going to press the hold key. It will appear as one of the soft keys here. This call's already on hold in the picture, but you'll just press the hold button. At that point, they will be on a personal hold, meaning you have to go back to your phone and pick it up by pressing the resume key right there. So all you need to do is press resume. So just hold and then resume. If you'd like to park a call, as we talked about earlier, parking is that universal hold. So maybe this is a call for someone else. You just want to give them time to pick it up. You would press either the park soft key, which would appear here if you're actually on the call, or you can just put them in the first available spot that you see open and just push the key and it would put them there. And then you just need to tell the person, hey, get a call on park 801. Looks like that whenever they're on park, and you can just pick it up on any phone in the building if you guys are utilizing that feature. Transferring calls. So obviously parking is a great way to transfer if you guys want to use that, but you will have situations where you can do a transfer. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're on the phone with an outside caller is press the transfer key. At that point, it's going to pop with a menu that says, do you want to transfer it or do you want to transfer it to voicemail? So it's already highlighted with transfer calls. So you're just going to press select, and now that call is going to go on hold. From there, you're going to get dial tone where you can dial an outside number or you can dial an extension number or push a button. And you can choose if you want to do a blind transfer or if you want to call them. Blind transfer means the call is going to disconnect you and send the caller straight there. If they don't answer, it goes to voicemail. And then if you choose call, you would be able to call that other person and then, click to complete the, not click to click, press to complete the transfer with the transfer button. So that's how you would do that if you needed to. You guys can also do a transfer directly to voicemail, which we're going to talk about next. So again, you press the transfer key, that call goes on hold. You're just going to move the navigational pad down one to highlight transfer to voicemail and hit select. There you go. Now your caller's waiting, and you can dial the extension number of the person or push their button if you have it, and then just hit call. At that point, they're going to go straight to voicemail. Conference calling. So you guys can do three-way calls with these phones. If you want to do more than that, you would want to do a meeting. But you'll notice that your main options I talked about is park, transfer, hold, and then you have the two dots here. If you guys want to conference call somebody, you're going to hit the two dots for more options, and then you will press the button that says conference. Once you push that, the caller goes on hold. At that point, you're going to dial the second number or press extension number, whatever you want. And then once they answer, you just repeat step one, dots for more options, then step two, conference, and you're all together. I would normally pause for questions, but I'm just recording this, so we're going into voicemail. So over here on voicemail, you guys have your PIN, which is 123654 by default. To access your voicemail, you're going to hit the message key. It will ask you for your PIN followed by pound, so that's 123654 followed by pound. So to check messages, you'll just put that in there, and then she'll say to listen to your messages, press 1. And then finally, to set up your greeting, there is one greeting in here, so you'll make sure you need to record that when you get a chance. You'll hit the message key, again, enter your PIN followed by pound. At that point, she'll say press 2 to record your greeting. You're going to do that and follow the instructions. Just make sure you listen back to it and accept it or it won't save. This is what voicemail to email looks like. You guys will have the voice message from, the time and date, the attachment, the transcript, all that good stuff. And that is all. I appreciate it, you guys. Thanks for watching.